Hi, this is Tim with Faithfully Growing, coming to you with another growth moment. Today I want to share with you some things that I have learned from Richard Rohr, who is a Franciscan monk and contemplative, on order, disorder, and reorder of our faith. And here's what Richard Rohr says. The Bible reveals the development of human consciousness and human readiness for a divine love affair. The difference between earlier and later scriptures clearly show an evolution of human capacity, comprehension, and depth of experience. Jesus represents the mature image of what God is doing in history. In Israel's growth as a people, we see the pattern of what happens to every individual and to every community that sets out on the journey of faith. Israel is the womb of the incarnation, for it is in their history that the whole drama is set in motion. Jesus fully grows up inside that womb, and we must grow up too. Little by little, human consciousness is prepared to see how God loves and liberates us. But we will face plenty of resistance, revealed in the constant hostility to Jesus, even and most especially from religious people, ending in the very killing of God. There are many models of human and spiritual development. We could describe 3 stages as simple consciousness, complex consciousness, both fight and flight, and non-dual consciousness, the unitive way or third way. Most recently, I've been calling the developmental stages order, disorder, reorder. In short, I see this pattern in the Bible and in human lives. So let's first look at order. We begin with almost entirely tribal thinking, mirroring the individual and their journey, which starts with an egocentric need for order and self. Only gradually do we move toward inclusive love. And the second, disorder. We slowly recognize the invitation to a face-to-face love affair through the biblical dialogue of election, failure, sin, and grace, which matures the soul. This is where we need wisdom teachers to guide us through our disorder of our faith. And then finally, reorder. Among a symbolic few, there is a breakthrough to unitive consciousness. For example, figures like Abraham and Sarah, Moses, David, the psalmists, many of the prophets, Job, Mary Magdalene, Jesus, and Paul. This is also what some call enlightenment or salvation. And conservatives normally get trapped in the first stage. Progressives are trapped in the second, and only a minority of either group seem to get to the third. The last stage is considered dangerous to people in the first stage, and rather unknown and invisible to people in the second stage. If you're not trained in a trust of both love and mystery, and also some ability to hold anxiety and paradox, all of which allow the divine entry into the soul, you will not proceed very far on the spiritual journey. In fact, you will often run back to stage 1 when the going gets rough in stage 2. The great weakness of much Western spirituality is that there is little understanding of the necessity of darkness and not knowing, which is the transformative alchemy of faith. This is what keeps so much religion at stage 1. Thus, the biblical tradition, and Jesus in particular, praises faith even more often than love. Why? Because faith is the patience with mystery that allows you to negotiate the stages of life and move toward non-egocentric love. As both John of the Cross and Gerald May point out in their own descriptions of the dark night of the soul. God teaches the soul most profoundly through darkness, and not just light. We only need enough light to be able to trust the darkness. Trials and darkness teach us how to trust in a very practical way that a good God is guiding us. I don't need to be perfectly certain before I take the next step. Now I can trust that even my mistakes will be used in my favor, if I allow them to be. This is a wonderful way to grow in human love too. Darkness, mistakes, and trials are the supreme teachers. Success really teaches you nothing. It just feels good. Love is the source and goal. Faith is the slowing process of getting there. And hope is the willingness to move forward without resolution and closure. And these are indeed the three things that last: faith, hope, and love. People who have these gifts, faith, hope, and love, are indestructible. And I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you would like to talk more about the stages of deconstruction and reorder of your faith, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to meet you and discuss. And as always, if this was beneficial for you, please do like, share, and subscribe below. And I look forward to what lies ahead as we all continue to faithfully grow.